Darth Vader Issue 6 finds Vader defending himself against Palpatine's lightning, wanting to know why his master is attacking him. Palpatine is glad his apprentice isn't too far gone to still defend himself, telling Vader not to play games. The Grand Visor tells Vader that he was sent to bring Skywalker to the dark side, and he let the boy escape, and when he was summoned back to Palpatine, he left on his own personal mission, discovering a rebel cell led by a double of Senator Amidala, whom Vader also failed to kill. Master Mita says that Vader failed, and at worst, it was treason. The lightning stops as Palpatine asks what they do to traitors, told by the Visor that they kill them. The Red Guards advance on Vader, attacking him as he tries to use his lightsaber, but Palpatine takes it from him, telling his men to continue. Vader is beaten down by the Electro Staffs, but he grabs one of them, hitting the guards with it as Master Mita pulls his own blaster. Vader calls him a fool, force choking him and the guards, but Palpatine does the same to Vader, asking him how it feels to be so weak and feel such pain and know such fear. His suit begins shorting out as Palpatine says Vader can't possibly be like this, since he's the chosen one and he's meant to bring balance to the Force, but he wonders who chooses the chosen one, asking if he could just choose another, calling Vader his tool which can be discarded when it no longer functions. Vader says Palpatine lied to him, telling him Padme had died, but all Palpatine says is Vader is proving his point, since his fear of losing Padme brought him to his side, turning the weakness into strength, but now the weakness has come back and threatens everything Vader has gained. Palpatine wants to teach Vader fear again to make sure he is brought back to power. The Emperor crushes Vader's cybernetic limbs, telling him to forget Padme, the boy he once was, and everything else except for his Emperor. Palpatine rips the limbs off, telling his student to find himself again, and to do so, he must learn the primacy of power, or die. Heading back to Mustafar, Palpatine has Vader dragged and dumped back into the spot where he was found years prior. Vader soon catches on fire as Palpatine tells him that he found the man and rebuilt his broken body, but this time, Vader will need to do it all himself. He tosses the Sith Lord his lightsaber, telling him to rebuild himself with his own strength, not the Emperor's. Vader tries to use the Force to get the saber, but Palpatine digs it into the ground, telling him that he is not to use the Force and he will know if he does, and if he does, the whole exercise will come to an end. Vader lays there burning, slowly crawling towards the saber, his anger building as he remembers killing Obi-Wan and also killing Palpatine. Using his anger, he grabs the saber, hauling himself up onto the lava rocks as Master Mita tells Palpatine that Vader is alive and heading for the old Techno Union installation nearby, knowing Vader intends to use the machinery in the factory to rebuild himself. Amida says that Vader wishes to kill Palpatine, and Palpatine is well aware, deciding to tell his Visor his own plan, since Vader has forgotten all of the lessons that he has taught him, so he will send him a reminder in that of Ochi of Bestoon, the assassin of the Sith, who will turn Vader's anger back to fear and his fear into pain as many times as it takes. Darth Vader Issue 6 was a violent and brutal beginning to a new storyline that finds Vader punished for his insolence in the worst possible ways imaginable, forced to relearn all of Palpatine's teachings and be remade into Darth Vader once more. The issue does a fantastic job of highlighting the gleeful cruelty of Emperor Palpatine. It's something that I've always liked about the movies, with Ian McDiarmid playing him as sort of the mustache twirling bad guy and just reveling in this idea that he's this grand villain, and it's on full display here, and Greg Pak does a really great job of capturing it. Of course, all of this cruelty leads to probably the most heinous thing the villain has ever done, and that is putting Vader back onto the lava banks of Mustafar without any limbs or the use of the Force. I'm looking forward to Vader ridding himself of all the things that have made him in a way soft lately, with him letting Luke go and then also letting Sabe and the Amidalans go. So I'm intrigued to see what will happen on this journey for Vader through old Clone Wars stuff like the Techno Union installation where he murdered all of the Trade Federation High Command and all that sort of stuff. So really looking forward to all of that. Ochi of Bestoon also getting involved is quite fun as well. A nice sort of connection to the sequel trilogy, and I can't wait to learn more about the Assassin of the Sith. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.